Thank you.
Mr. Secretary, are you planning to cut the number of American forces in Europe, shift to the Pacific, and focus on China?
There are no plans right now in the making to cut anything. There is a understanding that we're going to review force posture across the world, right? President Trump's planning assumptions are different in many ways, or at least strategic assumptions, than Joe Biden's were. We certainly don't want to plan on the back of the withdrawal from Afghanistan and what happened on October 7th and the war that was unleashed in Ukraine. You have to manage and mitigate those things by coming alongside your friends in Israel, ensuring their defense, and peacefully resolving the conflict in Ukraine. But those shouldn't define how we orient. And with hopefully a rapid peace deal in Ukraine, which the president is committed to delivering, we can then review force posture and encourage, as you're going to see tomorrow in Ukraine at the Ukraine Contact Group and the NATO Ministerial, we're going to have straight talk with our friends. This kind of urgency of this moment requires friends talking to friends about capabilities, about leadership, about stepping up, about burden sharing, and the incentives to say the European continent deserves to be free from any aggression, but it ought be those in the neighborhood investing the most in that collective, individual and collective defense. That's common sense, as the president talks a lot about. Common sense is you defend your neighborhood and the Americans will come alongside you in helping in that defense. If and when that happens, and I believe it will, because of President Trump, most NATO countries are already close to 2%. We believe that needs to be higher. The president has said 5%. I think he's right. That's a reflection of a need to invest on the continent. If and when that happens through investments in defense industrial base as well, then yes, America, as the leader of the free world, defending American interests, is going to need to make sure we're focused properly on the Communist Chinese and their ambitions in the Indo-Pacific and, as I mentioned before, around the world. So we would be remiss in not reviewing force posture everywhere, but it would be the wrong planning assumption to say, oh, America's abandoning something or America's leaving. No, America's smart to observe, plan, prioritize, and project power where we need to deter conflict. We don't want conflict with China. We don't want the president has ran on being a peace president, and he's delivered that. But being strong, peace through strength, is how you deter that. And we want to posture for that, just like we believe the Europeans, alongside our support, need to on the continent as well.